There's Mrs. Oliver here. I'm working on PSSA prep on lesson 14, which is text organization. Text organization is how the author organizes his thoughts in the passage. We may have structures such as cause and effect, or problem and solution, compare and contrast, sequencing, or descriptive. Let's take a look at this passage called Puffling Rescue in Iceland. Puffins, or clowns of the sea, as they are sometimes called, spend most of their lives on the ocean. In the spring and summer, they come to shore to breed. The puffins dig burrows in the ground to hatch their young, called pufflings. These young pufflings stay in burrows for about 50 days. Their parents feed them until they learn to fly. Then they can leave their burrows. They fly or swim out to sea. Finding their way to the sea can be a problem for some pufflings. The pufflings wait until night to fly away. On the island of Heimaey in Iceland, the lights can confuse the birds. They see the bright lights and fly towards them. The young birds crash land on the streets. There they get eaten by cats or dogs. The children of Heimaey come to the rescue. In August, when the pufflings are finding their way to the ocean, parents take their children to help them. First, they search the streets at night and help the birds. Next, they throw the birds into the air so they can fly to safety. At last, the birds are on their way. The people in Heimaey have been helping pufflings for many, many years. Some even say that this has become a national sport. Question 1. Think about how the pufflings get to their start. What do you learn in paragraph 2 of the passage? Well, I know that they are born in the ground. And then in passage 2, it tells me that they stay there for 50 days and that they solely rely on their parents. Does something happen because of another event? Underline an example of that in the passage. Here it says they see the bright lights, so they fly towards them. The young birds crash land on the streets. So because there's bright lights, the effect is the birds crash. What happens to the pufflings after they become stranded in the town? Circle what happens next. The children of Heimaey come to the rescue, and after that they explain how. Sometimes they take them to the ocean, sometimes they throw them up in the air to get them to fly, and sometimes they help the birds on their way. I would say that this text overall is organized as sequence. It's telling us what happens first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth, all the way through the passage. We also have some of those time order words. So you may see the word first and then next, at last. That helps us organize this text. Question 1. Why do puffins dig burrows in the ground? Well, it doesn't help them fly. It doesn't teach them to swim. To keep pufflings near children, no, to hatch them. Their eggs are laid in the burrow, and then they hatch and spend the first 50 days of their life in the ground to be protected. Reread paragraph 4. How is it organized? Explain your reasoning and tell which clue words in the paragraph help you figure out this organizational structure. So I talked about this pretty briefly. We have paragraph 1, 2, 3, and 4. And here we have some of those time order words. So it's saying in August, that tells me what time it starts. then first step, the next step, and the last step. I would say that paragraph 4 is organized as sequence. Because it is listed in steps of the process of saving the pufflings. Okay, slide 4 is for you to work on. It's the history of Little League Baseball. Of course, use your reading guide. Check this first before you begin reading. You'll have 4 multiple choice and a short answer. Part 2 gives you a second passage. Save animal tracks as plaster casts, which leads you to 4 multiple choice, 5 multiple choice, and a short answer. So you'll have 11 to do on your own. Please submit when you're finished and check back for teacher feedback. See you next time.